Hello, my name is Dragutin Sluga and I would like to show you something that might concern all of us, all the people on the earth. And I will just take a few moments to tell you all about objects which have fallen 1969 in autumn, and I pick it up. At the time I didn't think much about it because I thought that was just ordinary meteorite. But then many years later, my younger son, he called me and told me that something is on the stone. He was looking on the magnifying glass because actually what we called the stone at the time, on that stone is only on one side is effects which don't exist on the other side, but kind of aerodynamic style which is shaved on the edges and have a 90 degrees cut and is a very unusual texture. Then when he showed me that, I immediately start to think to take the steps to go further and find a little bit more about it. And what we find is very interesting. We find out, first of all, that it's not a stone and it's not meteorite, but it's made object like ceramic or similar, with many elements involved, which has been proven by the Monash University, which have 39 elements, and periodic chart of elements is altogether 103, I think. Anyway, this is very unusual. That would be that many elements in one. So that's why we come to conclusion that should be made object to reach huge distances and without stand the high temperatures and everything else, which I will show you in a minute what is all about. Now, that little thing on one side only is those looks on. This is 600 times enlarged, and actually that picture is only that big in reality, and it's impossible to make something like that, for no reason. That must be reason for it. Here and many other places, we can find out and compare with the other things, which is in the book I have showing thousands of years ago on the earth somebody already saw something like that, like a traveling thing. And this is a picture in monastery in Serbia, in Visoki Dečani, which is a traveling thing, which you probably seen it in your past somewhere in documentary about visitors on the earth and things like that, which is also on that thing showing the same thing if you put it on that position, and only will have to enlarge a little bit better and show, exactly, maybe not exactly. This is the only drawn by the memory, painted by the memory of somebody who saw it, but that is the same thing like is showing on his badge. There's many other things, in the thing, which we would like to show you, but maybe that will be in the next, because even stone is not completely shown in full in that little piece, which have broke, because originally was two pieces, and this is only 5 mil thick. One side is frozen and the other side is melting. You can see the bubbles of the heat, extreme heat. And on the other one you can see the meteorites, little meteorites which have been embedded inside. That at that moment when in traveling, then that little sand like meteorites have hit the stone, the ceramic. That must have been extremely hot, melting. That was showing here, that was melting. At the same time, inside was frozen, only in 5 millimeters difference, and imprints inside showing like was something living inside, traveling with it. We know we have a shells on the earth which been created by the something like snails and many other things, you know, and perfectly solid to protect themselves from the things, you know, how they do it and what is their ability, we don't know even here. For that thing we have lots of evidence at the moment that we try to scratch that ceramic with a corundum, a ruby, and the ruby couldn't scratch it. That means is after the diamond the second hardest object. When this object can scratch the ruby, we scratch it with that little piece, with a sharp thing, we can practically cut the ruby. That is another unusual things. And in many other things, you know, which we like to prove and show for the people who are interested, you know, to find out about more about things we have tested, even in the other things which we will tell you later about it. Is much more to show and tell. Only if you're going to let us know what you think about it, and if you are still interested. And at the same time, we're looking for somebody who can present it better than us, to be partner with us in that, who is in financial position to do it. And then we can make some real good film or whatever, that all world can see it, because this is, I think this is not only meant for one person, but for everybody. It's a message from some other distant planet, definitely, because everything what that thing have inside so far that we know, we can talk about it for hours, but at the moment we don't feel like to talk about it, because we want to know what you think first. And thank you very much for listening and watching, and let us know. And you can contact us on the email, what will be our email